Welcome friends, welcome to my channel. I welcome you in this tutorial, HTML tutorial for beginners, and today we are going to see about HTML list. In the last video, we saw about the basics of heading and paragraphs. We saw how we organize our document, how the paragraphs are written inside the p tags. We also saw that there are 6 heading elements, that is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6, that each represent a different level of content in the document. Like H1 represent the main heading, H2 represents subheading, and H3 represent subheading, and so on. We also saw the hierarchy of these paragraphs and heading structures. We, as you can see, we saw how a book can be organized into one heading, H1 heading, then multiple H2 headings, then paragraphs under it, then another H2 or H3 heading, then paragraphs, and so on. So this was the basic structure of a document that we saw. We must understand why do we need this. To read a document clearly, we need to have a proper structure of the document. That's why it is needed. So now let's focus on what are lists and why we use them. So first of all, let's create another file in our this page. I'll say lists.html, and I'm just using a boilerplate code here. Okay, so this is the code and I'm naming it lists. So this is the title of our page. I'll just show you the preview. You can see we have written lists here. So the title of this page is now lists. So now let's turn our attention towards lists. Lists are everywhere in life, from your shopping list to the list of directions you subconsciously follow to get to your house every day, to the list of instructions you are following in these tutorials. Similarly, lists are everywhere on the web, and you have got 3 different type of lists that you will be learning about in this HTML lecture here. Okay, so there can be 3 type of lists. So let's give them. First I'll just show you about, I'll just write a heading of list 1 and we name it unordered list. Unordered list. Second type can be ordered list. There can be a third type, you can say it nested list. Okay. Okay, now about list. What are unordered lists? Unordered lists are used to mark up lists of items for which the order of items doesn't matter. Let's take a shopping list in an example. We can have a list, we can say milk, eggs, then we can buy bread, then we can buy candy, we can buy chocolates. So this list is an unordered list. Why this is an unordered list? Because the list is not ordered in a specific manner. Okay, and because this is an unordered list, we can use the tag ul to identify it. So whenever such type of list will occur where the order is not important or order doesn't matter, we will be using unordered list. So to show the unordered list, we use ul tag. Ul stands for unordered list, and all the data we are having, we will be enclosing it inside a ul tag, and this is the closing ul tag. Okay, so now in this unordered list we have these 4 things. The last step is to wrap each item in the li, like in the list, if this is unordered list, then we have to wrap this inside. This is a list item. For all the list item, we will be saying li tag, and inside the li tag we will be putting all the elements. I am just writing it here. And we are enclosing all the data inside the list element. This is the li tag. Again, this is also li tag. Okay, now this is complete. As you can see how the unordered lists are looking, there is a dot that's coming here. Okay, so they are not numbered, so they are unordered list. So one type is clear. How, what is the unordered list? Where the ordered doesn't matter. Okay, so now the second type, ordered list. Ordered lists are lists in which the order of the item does matter. Let's take a set of instructions and an example. If I say drive to the end of the road, turn right, go straight, turn left, and the school is on the right. Like if I say this thing, I'll just write it here. It can be, okay, I'll say run to the end of the road. Then you have to turn right. Then you can go straight 10 meters. Then I can say turn left, and it's autocomplete, that is creating trouble. And I'll say the school, you have reached the school gate in front of you. Now look at this. If I change an event, like if I move this turn right to somewhere else, like here, then you will not reach to the target. You will not reach to the correct end. So that's why the order of the items does matter. That's why we say it ordered list. The markup structure, that is the HTML markup we are talking about, is the same as for unordered list, except that we have to wrap them inside OL. For unordered list we have used UL, and now we have to wrap all these things of the ordered list in the OL tag. OL stands for ordered list. Okay. So this is the ordered list. Again, we have the items, so we have to wrap them inside list elements. Similarly, all the elements I will be placing similarly. And we will be moving the content inside the list tags. I'm just moving it from here, and as you can see in the right side, the numbers are coming, and now it has become a ordered list. As you can see, serial number 1 is run to the end, 2 is the turn right. So now I cannot change 2 turn right to this place because the numbering will change. That's why this ordering is important, and we say the ordered list. Now about the third type of list, that we say nesting lists. Okay, so let's say how the nesting lists looks like. Because it is perfectly okay to nest one list inside another list, you might want to have some sub bullets citing below a top level bullet. Let's take the second list from our last example. So let's make it. First we may have some list. Say we have a ordered list, and we have ordered list, I say chapter 1. So I am just putting it inside a list. So this can be my list. Now inside this list we can have, inside this ordered list we can have a ordered list also. Okay, unordered list also. And then I'll have to use unordered list. Then I can name, I have to put a list item here. So it will be li, and I can say paragraph 1. Okay, and then list tag is to be closed. Similarly, I can just copy paste it. Okay, so this can be paragraph 2 and this can be paragraph 3. As you can see, we have used this thing ordered and unordered inside one another. Now I can have another list inside. Now if I'll use this, so this will become chapter 2. It can be paragraph 1, 2 and 3. You can see how our nesting list is looking like. First we have used the ordered list for naming chapter 1, then we have used chapter 2, and inside that we have used unordered list. So this is the thing about list, that we must understand how we can use the list. List will be, you will be using a lot of places. You will be using list while you will be working with the HTML documents. So it is these are very important part of our HTML structure. So as today we learned about 3 type of list items. First of all, unordered list, where the order doesn't matter. Then we learned about ordered list, where the order does matter. For unordered list, we used the tag ul, and inside that for the list item we used li tags. For ordered list we use ol for the ordered list creation, and then inside that we have used li tags to create the list items. Similarly, for the nested list we have used first unordered list. We can use unordered list also, ordered list also, anything, but right now we have used ordered list. Inside that we have used list and unordered list. So this is all about list in HTML. So in the next lecture we will be learning about tables. So I hope you learned some of the things about list here. So till the next video, goodbye, have a nice day.